Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the Needle. This is a tier 4 Mercenary tech tree heavy tank with preferential matchmaking. The game I'm playing is an encounter battle on Abbey with tier 4 as the top tier and 1 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with improved ventilation, an enhanced gun laying drive, and coated optics. And I'm using the Storm Hunter crew which came with this tank that has 3 crew skills and perks. I was also trying out the crew voiceover this game. I decided to head towards the middle of the map, that way I was close to the encounter base, and so I'd have good vantage points to have an impact on the game. These low tier games tend to get out of hand pretty quickly, so I ignored going along the 1-2 lines, where I frequently take my heavy tanks. This turned out to be a pretty good call because the majority of the enemy team seems to be along the 4, 5, and 6 lines in the middle. I wanted to make sure that I was at the entrance to the Abbey area before turning and dealing with the enemy off to my left. That way I had some cover from the enemies overwatching. And I'm just making sure to keep my flat armor as angled as possible here to make sure I have a good chance of bouncing these shots. I've barely started to engage the enemy here and I've already lost half my team. So I was trying to find a balance here between taking risks to try to take as many of the enemies out as possible to even the odds, but also not giving up any easy hit points to the enemy. I had a nice side scraping thing going there until the Panzer S-35 from the right started shooting me, and so instead of risking a side shot from him, I decided to angle my armor and just go for the tank destroyer sniping. Probably the wrong decision to make here. I should have just gone for a different position, or just taken the hit from the tier 3 medium instead of taking these risks with a tier 4 tank destroyer, and that choice cost me a lot of hit points. This was a tough call here because I definitely wanted to regroup with my teammates, but there was already 2 enemies capturing the base, and so if we wanted any chance of winning the game or just extending it, I had to go for that base reset. And now I'm in a 1-on-9 battle. I like my odds. Initially a successful reset there, but now they're dropping down from behind. This is an okay place to make a final stand against a few enemies, but definitely not ideal against 9 where I have to fight enemies from 3 different directions early. I decided to switch targets here because I knew that Panzer 2J was going to have a really hard time penetrating my armor, and so I was trying to prioritize the most dangerous tanks, which is now the newly arrived Panzer S-35. My new priority is definitely the tank destroyer since this B1 is having a lot of trouble penetrating my armor. I'm running low on ammunition here and I have nowhere near enough to destroy all these enemies. Just one shot short there of being able to finish off that B1. Even a well-armored tank like the Needle is no match for the Matilda. That was quite a final stand. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I managed to earn 21,000 silver without any multipliers, and 3,595 experience with a 25% multiplier and 750 from an op. In this game, I dealt 1,949 damage, assisted with 53 damage, and destroyed 4 enemies while blocking 2,330 damage. This earned me High Caliber, Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, and Cool Headed. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 972. Even though this was on a defeat, I earned over 100 more than the top placing tank on the enemy team, and dealt 1,152 more damage than the highest damage dealer on the enemy team. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the ammunition in the VK-20.01D, damaged the ammunition and injured the commander in the HMC M8, injured the gunner in the B1, and destroyed the engine in the Martyr 38T. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that very chaotic final stand. When you're in a situation like that where you're clearly outnumbered but your armor is performing quite reliably, make sure to prioritize the tanks that are most likely to penetrate your armor. With a little skill and a lot of luck, you just might win, and at the very least you can end up with an epic final stand. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.